The Congress took note of the fact that today's agriculture is challenged by climate change, land degradation, loss of biodiversity, food crisis, energy crisis, and population explosion. To liberate the developing world, especially South Asia and Africa, from twin scourge of hunger and poverty, while ensuring sustainability of natural resources, we need strategies for greater investment on natural resource management, innovation-led, accelerated, and sustainable agricultural growth, with emphasis on resource-poor smallholder farmers. It was recognized that the task of achieving zero hunger was daunting, but not surmountable, and agronomy can and has to play a major role in realizing this goal. Agronomic research, facilitated by good quality science and tackling practical problems of the farmers individually and collectively, is essential for this. The strategies for sustainable natural resource management are scientific land use planning, conservation agriculture, precision water and nutrient management, farming systems approach, climate smart agriculture, and strengthening collaboration and partnership. All these issues were covered in deliberations under detailed agenda of the Congress that comprised of, as the President said, 8 plenary presentations, 4 evening lectures, 4 special sessions, a panel discussion, and 12 symposia, with keynote, lead, and rapid-fire presentations. The major recommendations that emerged out of these deliberations, having implications for research, development, and policy considerations, are the ones that I'm going to present to you. They have not been separated out between these 3 different aspects, but I think that will be done as we further synthesize these recommendations and distill them out. Number 1, the projected impacts of climate change on agriculture pose a serious concern for future food security and warrant immediate action to prioritize investments on massive innovations in climate-smart agricultural practices. Number 2, for making agronomic innovations relevant to the need of farmers, system research is key, and the cropping system modeling would extend and enhance traditional agronomic research. To understand likely effects of future climates on current and alternative management practices, cropping system models such as APSIM would enable to compare alternative cropping systems and quantify their value across many different matrices. Number 3, meeting the goal of sustainable food security would necessitate development of alternative cropping and farming systems based on natural endowment of different regions and needs of the local communities. Attention is particularly needed for new niches, like for example rice fallows, wastelands, etc. The digital technologies and modeling will be valuable tools in these efforts. Value tagging to economic systems will have to be taken into account in overall assessment of the system productivity and economics. The value tagging to ecosystem services will have to be taken in account. Number 4, agriculture is contributing to greenhouse gas emissions as well as doing carbon sequestration, and thus has great implications for climate change impacts. Agronomic practices that lead to reduction in carbon footprint and increased carbon sequestration would therefore be promoted. Practices such as conservation agriculture, based on reduced tillage, crop rotations, use of legume diversified cropping systems, and recycling of crop residues and direct seeded rice cultivation come in the forefront in this regard.